Mario, say hi to everyone. What's going on, everybody? ODC here. Happy Saturday to you all. You all. Not y'all, but you all, right, bud? What's going on, everybody? I haven't done a toy haul in a while, and this has been, I want to say, a haul accumulated within the last like 2 weeks, give or take. I got a, let me get that off of there. I don't want to ruin that. A little surprise. And let me get that off of there. And let me get that off of there. All right, so this is a haul that's been kind of, like I said, accumulated within the last like week or so, or 2 weeks or so. The majority of it is Transformers related. Dem Guts, what's going on, bud? It is kind of Transformers related because I don't know if you guys know this. If you do, if you've been a viewer of mine for a long time, then you know that I haven't really gone down that rabbit hole, and now I'm starting to go down that rabbit hole of Transformers. So if you are a Transformers fan, I'm sure you'll enjoy this video. And if not, you know, I hope you enjoy the video anyway. But it is getting hot up in here. I gotta take my sweater off. But I did a little bit of a haul today. I only picked up one figure. I kind of hit up all my Walgreens because the Walgreens in my area, they kind of have a lot of old figures, which is actually a good thing if you are a new Transformers collector like I am, just getting into this stuff. And so they did have some older ones like Power of the Primes. I had a couple Titans Returns, which is a line that I really like. I like the Titans Return line quite a bit. But I did also pick up some more Siege figures. I know you guys saw my review of Hound, and if you haven't, go check that out. I know the lighting's a little funky in that review. I gotta figure out something with my lighting, my table situation. So, but anyway, I promise that the lighting in the next video will be a lot better, much more improved. Excuse me. Whoa. So it's been a long day. What was it? I started my kind of toy venture today at about noon-ish, and I just got home like, I don't know, half hour ago. So, let me see. You only got a few Transformers? Yeah, you're just like me, yeah. I don't have very many, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely, with the Siege line, I think it's a really good line. Like, if you don't own a lot of Transformers, and you want, let's say you like the G1 looks, with a little bit more of a modern flair to them, I think that the Siege line is a really good line to get into if you don't have that many Transformers figures, and if you want G1 styled figures with an updated look, not an updated look, but updated articulation, updated range of motion, updated technology as far as the figure goes. You know, you don't want to garnish the heavy prices of like Masterpiece or some of the third-party stuff. This is a good line to get into because, like, you're getting basically G1 Optimus Prime, G1 Megatron, G1 Ultra Magnus. You're getting like all of these characters that we haven't gotten at a good price point between the $20 to $50, $60 range. I know like Omega Supreme is coming out, and it's like $170, which I'm going to get it. I was actually talking to Stryden about Toy Fair. We did our Toy Fair video. I'm not going to give any spoilers for that, but that should be up soon. I think there was like 4 hours worth of content. We were just talking and geeking out about Toy Fair because there were so many cool things at Toy Fair. So if you're wondering where that Toy Fair video is, it's going to be on his channel. He hasn't edited it yet, so just be patient. It'll be up. But yeah, it was quite the hefty video we did on that. So, but I can't wait for you guys to see that too. Let me turn a couple more lights on in here, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, and I'll stop chatterboxing here. But hold on one second. All right. That's a little bit better. So we got a couple boxes here. from one's from eBay, one's from Amazon, and one is actually from a local seller. I know he boxed it for me. I don't know why. I think what he said was he was going to do was he was going to ship it to me because he was going out of town, and then I contacted him a couple days ago, and I said, hey, you know, are you free Saturday? Because he's leaving tomorrow for a trip. He's like, oh, I already boxed it up. I was going to ship it out to you. So I just went, met him, and this one's a big one. This is a big box right here. So you guys are going to love that. I hope you do. If not, whatever. But yeah, it's $541 right now. All right, so the first haul pieces that I'll show you are 3 Siege figures. I already picked up Optimus Prime. You saw Hound. I did the Hound review. Who else do I have? Sideswipe. I have him. His review's coming up. And I think that's it as far as that goes. But I also picked up Cog. So he looks really cool. Expect his review. I do have a couple quarrels with Cog as far as how functional he is as an action figure. But overall, I really like the paint scheme for him. And this is kind of like I said, another G1 figure that hasn't had a modern update. And this is the modern update for him as far as like articulation and how he actually functions. Because the G1 stuff is very limited. While it's still really cool, the G1 stuff, because they're, you know, the vintage factor. You guys all know I'm more of like a modern action figure collector. I don't really collect a whole lot of vintage stuff unless it's like a character I really, really, really like. So, it's Oreo. Yeah, he's sitting right here. He's hanging out. I'm gonna grab my Timmy hose, frozen ice cap in the middle of winter. Dem Guts, I do have a couple third-party figures. Thank you, tax return. I do have a couple third-party Transformers figures on the way. I picked them up through Big Bad Toy Store, and I picked up one I picked up from Big Bad Toy Store. The other one I picked up from a local collector that sells third-party stuff. So one I got a really good deal on. The other one I had to pay a little bit more because of Big Bad Toy Store, but I'm pretty happy with both of them. Also, I do have a specific plan for how I'm collecting these. I'm not just going to go ham and get like every single version of every single one and get I have a specific plan for who I want. I've devised my own list on which I always do when I start collecting a new line. I always make a list of specific characters. I get my favorite characters. Then I get I'll go from my favorite characters to a team, building a specific team that I enjoy. But man, I'll tell you guys, I've been reading so much lately. Most of the IDW stuff, which is pretty good for the most part. I just finished The Wreckers, Sins of the Wreckers, and Last Stand of the Wreckers, which is 2 awesome stories. If you haven't checked those out, go check them out. But those are fantastic as far as IDW stuff goes. I've been kind of dabbling in some of the G1 stuff here and there. Some of the stories get kind of, I don't know, but there's still a fun read. Human Mechanism, what's going on, bud? During the early Bayverse area? Yeah. Some of the Bayverse designs are okay. Some of them are like way overdone. They all kind of look, to me, the Bayverse stuff kind of looks like, and if you guys like Bayverse stuff, that's totally fine. I don't have an issue whatsoever. I'm not going to debate the issue. If you like it, you like it. Cool. No big deal. But to me, they all look like insects. They all kind of look like they're based off of insects. They don't look, I mean, they look like robots, but they look like robot insects, if that made like Beast Wars or something. I don't know. It's their way, their faces and stuff, and I don't know. I like the Bumblebee stuff because that's like Fall of Cybertron style. It looks great. Like, I can't wait for more from that universe, the new universe that they started. All right, I got to catch up on you guys before I start showing more stuff. I don't want to be rude. case anyone's... All you need is Starscream, Shockwave, and Grimlock, and you're good. Hey, man, go for it. If that's what's on your list, go for it, buddy. Action figure expert, what's going on? I know, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like I'm learning about a whole new world with Transformers. It's fantastic. I love it. It's kind of motivated me to want to do... So, like, that's the thing. If I start doing too much of one thing, I start kind of getting bored with it a little bit. So this is like, it's nice to, like, I love doing research and I love reading about new stuff and new universes, and I love that. So it's been keeping me motivated as far as creatively. Do I like movies about gladiators? Sure. Who doesn't? Downbeat Jazz is your favorite by Make Toys? I'll have to check that out. I don't even know what that is. I'll have to check that. It must be a third party. There's a really good... see, I don't want to spoil anything that I already got because I kind of want it to be a surprise. Because I've been reading up about this character quite a bit, and I think he's pretty much one of my favorites so far. But I don't want to ruin it, so you guys will see it when I get it from Big Bag Toy Store. Okay. My room? Yeah, it's okay. It's not, you know, it's still a mess. Like every time I come in this room, it's a damn mess. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Tim, what's going on, man? Hey, Andy, what's up? All right, so I didn't want to be rude to anybody in case they left a comment or asked a question. If you guys want to ask questions, feel free. This is a hangout. We're going to chill. I got my iced cappuccino. It's Saturday. Everybody's got off. All right, so the next one I got was, oh, God, what the heck is his name? Skytread. So Skytread's pretty cool. He's actually two vehicles in one. And I think his character is one where when he separates and transforms into two separate, two separate different vehicles, he actually has the same consciousness. Where I believe Cog separates his consciousness into different consciousnesses. I think, if that makes sense. Cog was also featured originally, I believe, his G1. He came with, I want to say he came with Fortress Maximus. So this is kind of why a significant thing. If you have Fortress Maximus, you want to get the modern Cog to go with him from Titan's Return. So if you got the Titan's Return Fortress Maximus, you're going to want to get Cog here. And then so I have one Decepticon. I actually only have two Decepticons so far, but we're going to unbox more. Oh, we are. So I got Megatron. This is an awesome Megatron. Like I said, this is from the Siege line, just like these other two that I already showed. This is like pretty much like a kind of like an amalgamation of like a little bit more of a modern take, but also a G1 feel. So like I said, if you don't want to spend the money on like a masterpiece figure or something that's like third party, super expensive to get that G1 look, or if you don't want to spend the money on the G1 and you want updated articulation and stuff like that, get the Siege Line one. He's $30. I think I got him for actually $20 on eBay. I was going to actually just pick him up at Target, but there was a seller on eBay selling him for $20, so I picked him up for $20. So you can find them for around that. Even if you spend the regular retail price of $30, I don't think you'll really be upset with it. His tank mode is really good. He looks great. Let me just get him in here. He looks fantastic. I mean, he's got that G1 look, and he's really fun to play with. That's the cool thing about the Siege line, is that these are all really fun to play with. They're not overly heavy. They're not really clunky. They're easy to transform. They're just a lot of fun to play with, and I love it. He comes with a sword, too, that turns into the barrel of his gun. It's pretty awesome. And you can also connect, like if you wanted to do this, which would be crazy. But if you wanted to do this, You could. But I'll show that in the full review. I just kind of wanted to geek out with you guys about this, you know. But yeah, this is a lot of, these are a lot of fun. I love this look. Some people don't like the paint detail on him. They're like, oh, I just kind of prefer my G1 style figures to look clean. But at the end of the day, I mean, they are at war, so I don't mind the little bit of like battle damage, or it's not actually battle damage. It just looks like paint detail. So I like that. That's, I think, a thing that a lot of Transformers figures have been missing for a while, is that extra paint detail. And it's subtle. And it's really only on one side, too. It's only on the front, and it's very subtle. It's right here, a little bit on the arms, and a little bit on the legs. So it's not overdone. He doesn't look like he rolled through the mud, you know. He just looks like he's been battling, and I dig that. So there's Megatron. All right, so next up, the one figure that I picked up that's not Transformers related was, I can't believe I saw this in the store, and I wasn't even really searching for Star Wars stuff, but I didn't even know this wave was dropping this soon. But I picked up a Battle Droid. There was him, only him and Drayden Voss, and I was going to get both, but I was like, I don't want to spend an extra $40, you know. I'd rather just pick up the Battle Droid, because I can't believe it's been taking this long for us to get a Battle Droid at this point. But he can fully fold up, which is awesome. And he comes with his blaster, his antenna. Looks really cool. So I'm pretty excited about doing his review. So expect his review coming up soon. Next up, I picked up a couple of these, the majority of these, I should say. And I picked this up today at Target. It was $10 for the Little Siege Battle Masters, I believe. That's what these are, I think. I'm pretty sure. No. These aren't the Battle Masters. These are the Weaponizers or something like that. But they turn it into two little planes, and you can also use them as weapons for Skytread or any other figure you want, as long as it's, I guess, a Decepticon. Or you can use them with your Autobots if that's what you want to do at the end of the day. So, pretty cool. I'm probably going to pop those out while we do the Hangout. I'm just going to show everything first, and then I'll pop some of this stuff out of the package and play around with it and see how it works. Okay, next up, these were really cheap at my local Walgreens. These dropped in price down to $10. And I was going to pick up a couple because I don't have a whole lot of Decepticons. My Autobots are outweighing my Decepticons, and I always want to have more Decepticons than Autobots. But then we picked up Dreadwin. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of Transformers, so I picked him up. I think he looks pretty cool. I like his design. He turns into a plane, so a nice little jet design there for Dreadwin. So we're gonna pop him open too. We're gonna pop him open. We're gonna pop the Battle Droid open, and we'll pop these little guys open. All right. So the first box, I only have a couple boxes, so I only have like 3, but one's a really big one. We'll do that one last. All right, first box is from Amazon. I told you I wasn't going to do unboxings and stuff like that, so I kind of titled this a haul, whatever. But okay, so here I got my book. Now this covers everything. Now I wanted to get the book because I read this story digitally, but it's the Wrecker Saga. I highly recommend picking this up. You can get it on Amazon for, I think I got this for $17 on Amazon. It might have fluctuates. Sometimes Amazon fluctuates in price. Sometimes books and movies will go up and down. Same thing with toys. I've noticed that like one day I'll buy something for, you know, $15, and the next day it's up to $22, or an hour later it'll be up and down. It fluctuates like crazy. JD, what's going on, bud? But yeah, this is the entire Wrecker Saga. And I mean, even if you pay $20 for this, I don't think that's a bad price, because originally it's $30. So if you go on Amazon, you can pick this up for $10 cheaper. So pretty cool. And it's the entire saga. And like I said, this is a really good, really, really good. I mean, look at that friggin' artwork. It's just so good. So good. Story's so good. I definitely highly recommend checking that out. All right, so figure. As you've seen with the Wreckers, I'm kind of digging the Wreckers quite a bit. So I was like, you know what? That's going to be the first team I build up. So I'm going to build up the Wreckers team. So everything that you see pretty much from here forward is going to be mostly Wreckers based. And the first one I picked up is Roadbuster. And this is from the Generations line. This is a really good figure. He's got a pretty decent size to him. I want to say that this might be like a Voyager size. Because here's like Megatron right here. He's like the size of Megatron. So I want to say he's like Voyager size. But he's really cool. Here's the back of this. Awesome. 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 Looks so cool. And in the comic, I mean, I feel bad for Roadbuster in the comic. Oof. Poor Roadbuster. Oh, I gotta catch up here. Your Autobots outnumber your Decepticons. Yeah, so do mine. I don't know. When it comes to Autobots or Decepticons, I just lean towards Autobots more. And the good thing, especially the IDW stuff, man, IDW stuff really makes you like hate the Decepticons. And I've only read just a little bit, and I hate them. I can't stand them. And like I understand like the premise of Transformers. I used to watch it as a kid. I had some Transformers G1 stuff growing up, but I'm not gonna retell the flood story. That's I've said that I've told that story a dozen times. But I lost my toys a long time ago. So ever since then, I've been kind of regaining my toys since I was about 12 years old. So, but anyway. The little bit that I have read as far as like updated stuff or like mostly G1 stuff, though I really do like the Wreckers quite a bit, and they're like the team that you send in to like really get the job done, no matter what. They're like what can I compare them to? They're not misfits. They're definitely not misfits. They're soldiers. Like they're definitely soldiers. What can I compare them to? I don't know. Let me think it over. Anyway, let me open up another box. I'm probably boring you to death. All right. So the next one is from eBay. Oh, okay. You guys will love this. Hold on one second. I think that says I only have Jazz, and the others are Shockwave or Soundwave, excuse me, and 2 versions of Megatron. Them guts, man. Let me tell you, if you check out some of the Siege figures, just look up Transformers Siege War for Cybertron. The new Soundwave looks just like the G1 Soundwave, and he's also going to come with, I think, these smaller figures. I think it's the Battle Masters ones. There's what you call it, the 2 tapes that he comes with. I can't remember their names. I know their names. It just escaped my brain. Laserbeak. There's one. Yes, Laserbeak and Savage. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait for that. So, I think Soundwave and Starscream are supposed to drop the end of this month or beginning of next month. So is the next wave, which I'm a big Ironhide fan. The Siege Ironhide looks awesome. Looks so good. And he's only $20. He's a deluxe figure, which is fantastic. Yeah, I definitely recommend to anybody who's just getting into Transformers or trying to look for that G1 look, get into the Siege line. It's going to save you a ton of money instead of going third party. Ravage and Laserbeak. Oh, there's going to be a Target exclusive? Oh, I didn't know that. Because I was just going to, what I was going to do, I was going to get Savage or Ravage and Laserbeak separate. And then I was going to get the Soundwave separate. I didn't know that there was going to be a Target exclusive. That's news to me. Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I think I know the Target exclusive one that you're talking about. I think I saw it in store today. Does it come in like a yellow box? And he's like already in his boombox? Because I saw that at Target today. There was like 6 or 7 of them. I think maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, if you're thinking of that Soundwave, he comes in a yellow box and it's shaped like a boombox. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Okay, I saw that today when I was at one of the Targets I went to. The one Target that's always close. Of course, the Target that's right around the corner from me never has shit. As far as NECA stuff, they have a ton of NECA stuff. So I always shop there for NECA stuff, but I always have to go to the further one to find any like Transformers or Black Series or anything. That's actually where I found this guy, was the further one. So yeah, that's the one from the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, I actually, you know what? Because I really dig the Bumblebee movie and I dig all the designs from the Bumblebee movie, like I was tempted to get. They didn't have Ratchet. I really wanted to get Ratchet from the movie studios line. I wanted to get Ratchet. They had Jazz. I really wanted to pick up Jazz. And then they had Bumblebee too, all in the separate cards. And then they had the, what was it, the Evolution 2-pack. But I passed on it. I just, I didn't want to spend too much money. I already spent a decent amount right here. I didn't want to go ham, egg, and cheese, All right, so this I got really cheap. This I got for $20. It's not, I don't know if this is technically the definitive version of him, but I don't care. This is the one version I'm going to have. I don't need any other version. I was never really that big of a Dinobot fan, but I got the one version. I think it looks really good. It encapsulates a modern look and a G1 look, and so it'll fit right in with my Siege stuff. So I picked the Power of the Primes Grimlock. The only thing that I really think that he's missing is his sword. So I might try and outsource a Grimlock sword, maybe from another line, something like that. I'll try to find one on eBay or something like that, or maybe through a toy show. If I head to a toy show, I'll try and find a separate sword or something like that. But so I picked up Grimlock from the Power of the Primes line. I got him for $20. Saved a lot of money on this. I think he goes for around like 25 to 30, depending. So saved about $10. It's not bad. And yeah, this is he's a really good size. He's Voyager size, so it's a Voyager class sized Grimlock. I've seen a bunch of reviews on this, and a lot of people just nitpick the shit out of it because they don't like the tail, and I'm just like, who cares? Stop. Some people nitpick things because it's like their only thing, so they get like super critical of it because it's the only thing they collect, which is fine, I guess. But for me, I don't nitpick things that much. Either I enjoy it or I don't, and if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to get it, and if I don't enjoy it and I already own it, I'm going to sell it. So there you go. You paid $50 for the House Factory Soundwave with all the tapes? Nice, man. A lot of the Fans Projects figures and the Mastermind is dope. I love Mastermind's third-party figures for Transformers. They look so good. Yeah, I feel like they should have included the sword. They gave him these like, I mean, I get it. It's he's kind of like a combiner, but man, you didn't give him his sword? Oh, what were you thinking? They gave him these like big feet. And they like kind of attach, like on the back, they attach to his arms. And I'm like, you gave him those, but you didn't give him his sword? Or his shield? Come on. You know? I was half tempted to get, I was actually searching for the Fall of Cybertron version of him. Because I really dig that version. And I just love the game. The game is so good. What was it? Strident got me into that game. Strident got me into doing this. So thanks, Strident, for all this. All right. Last box. This is it. Like I told you, it's not crazy, but this is a big box. Can you guys guess what it is? What could it be? Who is it? It's a big boy. I'll just say this. It's a Titan series figure. So, what could it be? All right, let's open it. I got a really good deal on this. It's the only reason I got it. That, and I need someone for Omega Supreme to fight. So, oh, there's a hint. It's a Decepticon. All right. Wow, he packed the shit out of this. See, this is why I buy local. All right, you guys ready? You ready? Are you ready? Get this out of the way. All right. I got Trypticon. He's huge. Box is ridiculous. Get out of here, box. Trypticon. He is ginormous. This is from the Titans Return line. This guy is huge. There's his robot mode. Dinosaur robot mode. And then here we have his fortress mode, I guess. He's a big boy. He is a big boy. I think in package, all I have to do is attach his hips right here. I know about his hip issues. I know all about that. So I'll be very careful. But this guy is big. So he's going to be fighting Omega Supreme when I get him eventually. But I'm going to get the Siege Omega Supreme because he looks sick. So, but he can actually eat Titans Returns Headmasters. You can open up his mouth and he's got like in his chest right here. You kind of pop that down and there's a little section right in there where you can throw Headmasters in his mouth and they'll go into his stomach. And then if you want to take the Headmasters out, you just move this torso piece down and you can pull all the Headmasters out. It's pretty funny. But yeah, he can eat those. Let me get this on my leg here. That helps. Let me move up closer because you probably can't see anything. So he can actually eat Headmasters, which is pretty awesome. He comes with I believe this is a deluxe figure right here. I want to say it's a deluxe. Is it? It doesn't say. But he comes with full tilt, so that's cool. He comes with like this command center. Or well, he is the command center. I remember having to the boss battle with him in, what was that? I think it was War of Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. It was one of the two. I can't remember. But yeah, he's pretty awesome, man. He is huge. He is huge. That's what she said. But yeah. So there's the haul. There's the haul. Got that for $60. Which I thought was a pretty good deal. I mean, I know you can probably get him for around $70, but I thought it was a really good deal for a figure that went for over $100 at one point. $60? That's a great deal. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, he also comes with Necro too. Sorry, I didn't include that. There's Necro. Necro, not the rapper Necro, not him. But Headmaster's Necro. He's right there. And then we got Full Tilt, and we've got Trypticon. Trypticon. So he looks dope. He looks awesome. I like it. I like this artwork. It looks really cool. What is that? Twin Twist over here? I think that's Twin Twist? No. I don't know. But looks pretty awesome. I love the artwork. Transformers always has really good artwork, really decent packaging. And they always, that's the coolest thing, like, I've noticed about, like, most Transformers figures, that they'll even come with, like, little information about the character, which we don't get with shit like this. I mean, we get a little paragraph that's not even sometimes accurate on, like, 6-inch figures, but with Transformers, I mean, you get, like, an instruction booklet with these. You get little bios about them. You get, remember, sometimes you even got trading cards, which I think is awesome. Like, that's the little things as far as, like, a collector, like us collectors, you know? Like, that's when when toy companies go the extra mile, that's the thing that I love the most being a collector, is that it feels like the 90s kind of, you know? Like, I remember when in the 90s, like, or 80s and 90s, I should say, collecting trading cards, whether it was comic trading cards, sports trading cards in general. But I remember, like, you would get, like, action figures, you'd get a trading card with them. And I always thought that was pretty cool, because then if you didn't know anything about the character, you could do a little read-up or something like that. And it's just nice little touches that add to getting said action figures when you've got that extra little bit with it. Whether you know everything about the character already is irrelevant. It's part of the aesthetic of getting, you know, a figure. You know, that it's cool that toy companies still do that. So it's just a little PSA I'd like to put in my Hangouts. But I think it's pretty cool. Grimlock looks good. Let's open up some of this stuff and play around with it and see how it works. So let's open up. What do you guys want to see first? Want to see Roadbuster, Grimlock, Droid, or Dreadwin? Or the little guys? I don't think I'm going to open him yet, because there's a lot going on here, and I want to do a full review of him. So, save that for another day. But what do you guys want to see first? Where's my... Where did my little thing go? Well, I think I put it over here. There it is. Alright, screw it. We'll just open up the droid first. Droid's getting opened first. Alright, so this is figure number 83 in the line. I will say this, he doesn't feel as flimsy as the SH Figuarts version of him. He feels a lot more sturdy. The Figuarts version, I will say this, the Figuarts versions of these battle droids, they weren't very well put together as far as longevity is concerned. But, alright, so there's like a little peg right here on the side. Right there, and you want to take his antenna, and you just want to plug that in. No? Oh, I see. Am I doing this? I'm not doing this right. That's no plug-in like this. Ah, I see. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I see. His antennas extend, too, on the back. I didn't know this. Okay, so. This is learning the figure 101. See his little antennas right there on the back? You can pull those out and they'll stand up, which is pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. There is a peg hole right there, but it's very shallow. And then the peg on this is long. So I don't know what's going on with that, but ooh, those just popped out. You're so happy to see your favorite Transformer Mirage is getting an update from the season line. Oh, I know. Yeah, Mirage looks really good. He does look really good. Should have made drawings to patch on. Yeah, Mirage looks really good. All right, so we got the battle droid here. Let me get his hand and his gun. Actually, here's what the gun looks like. It's got some nice paint shading going throughout the blaster. Looks really cool. Looks pretty cool. Cool. All right, he does hold it pretty well. No issues there at all. There you go. Pew pew, pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Bang, 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 bang. Pew pew. All right, and he can two-hand it. Like so. I'm gonna have to get a couple more of these guys. Oh yeah. There was only one there, and if there were more, I probably would have picked up like at least 2 more. So it's nice to see that we're actually getting some prequel stuff. I wish Mace would have been there. I would have grabbed him too, but he's pretty well articulated. His head, and you can get him in. You can get him all crunched up. Let me get him all crunched up for you. Oh, that's what this little peg is for. I'm so stupid. This peg is for his gun. I forgot that they always keep it on their backpack like that. But you can get them all crunched up. Let's get them crunched up. We'll put his antennas down. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That is so cool. I love it. I'm loving it. Oh wait, you gotta push that down and then push that. There we go. That looks damn good right there. That looks pretty darn good, guys. And you can extend his head out too. That's pretty sick. He's really good. Man, they really like engineered him pretty well. This is a really good figure. This is probably, I want to say, the definitive, as far as like playing around with him right now, this seems like it would be the definitive battle droid figure right here. 20 bucks. Pretty awesome. Pretty damn good. This really makes me want to get more of these guys. Oh, it does. He really holds his gun well. I'm not being... ooh, yeah, that's great. That's perfect. That's perfect. This is pretty much how they hold it. Just like that. Get his antennae up. There we go. Now he's ready for war. And there's some nice paint detailing going throughout the entire body. You've got definitely some paint detail right here on his hips, on his knees, on his backpack. Looks really good. I'll probably have to do a full review on these, on him, excuse me. I mean, I might get like 1 or 2 more and then call it a day for the battle droids. But yeah, a welcomed edition. So, love it. Go pick him up if you see him. Go get him. I feel like he's going to be a top seller. Yeah, the droids are really good. That's really good. Very well designed. I'm actually glad that we got these now as opposed to earlier, because maybe they might not have been engineered as well when the line first started, as opposed to what the engineering that we're getting now with figures. So I'm actually kind of glad that we got them now as opposed to earlier. So I retract my previous statement. Okay, next up, we'll do Dreadwind. Dreadwind? Oh no, well, you know what? We'll do Grimlock. Grimlock, what you do next? Okay, Grimlock. Grimlock, say hurry up. Get me out of package. Okay, Grimlock, calm down. All right, like I said, ooh, nice. Ooh, trading cards. This is what I'm talking about. They're going to get me every time with these damn trading cards. There's the back of the trading card. You guys, I don't know if you guys are seeing this backwards. Hopefully not. Instruction booklet. Pretty cool. Instruction booklet. Backing of the packaging. Woohoo! Cut all these off. Cut all these off. Make sure everything was in the package. I felt like I forgot something. I keep wanting to see his sword in here. There we go. All right. Hopefully they can keep getting good amount so people can army build them. I know, right? Hopefully that is the case. I wish they made them 2 per case. Where did my... What the heck? There it is. Yeah, all the army builders should really be 2 per case. My guess is they'll probably re-release them in like a 3-pack, watch. Or they'll re-release them in another wave, maybe. My guess is an exclusive 3-pack. All right, so, whoa, he is moving all over the place. All right, so here's Grimlock. Looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Let me fix his wings here. Get his arms up. Excuse me. Ooh. I still have, like, the remnants of a cold. It's been, like, two and a half weeks already. Go away. Go away. All right. He looks pretty darn good. He's a nice size. Ooh, nice ratchet with that knee. Listen to that. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Dog's looking at me weird. You guys are probably looking at me weird. Alright, so the claws. I'm probably going to do, like I said, a full review on this too, so I'm just going to kind of show the figure to you all. If you want to see it, we'll just get the claws out of there. Here's the figure up close. There you go. Grimlock like being out of package. Grimlock want his sword and shield. Where is Grimlock's sword and shield? I don't know. Ask Hasbro. Who is Hasbro? Grimlock no like Hasbro. Alright, anyway. Enough of that. Enough of that silliness. There is Grimlock. Looks pretty cool. It's a little everything. The camera's trying to focus on everything but Grimlock right now. But there you go. Looks pretty cool. I like him. It looks good. Like I said, I'll probably outsource a sword for him. I like that the inside of his legs aren't hollow. I mean, they are hollow, but like it's not hollow. You can't see into the leg. So that looks pretty good. Pretty damn good. So I will say this, some Hasbro figures do upstage some third-party figures. Like I think it's the Generation Springer. Like from this line. This was a really good line. If I could get my hands on the majority of the figures that came out of this line, I'll be pretty damn happy. I'll be honest with you there. But these look really good. I'm really a big fan of this specific line for the Transformers. They're all good size. They all look good. And I'm really trying to capture that, like, for the Wreckers at least, the IDW stuff, pretty much. So, and I know Mastermind has made a couple for them. But here's... Excuse me. Let me find one of him. Where is Roadbuster? I'm searching. But there's Springer right there. Springer, Impactor. Yeah. This is such a good book. So good. Anyway, sorry. I'm geeking out a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. So next up, we'll do Dreadwind. Get him out of package. And he comes with comes with a card also. Is it from the same line as Grimlock, and there's the back of the card. Pretty cool stuff. And then his instruction booklet. If I can get it, there we go. Alright, and then holy cow, zip ties. Holy zip ties, Batman. Batman, you say? Well, what was some of your favorite reveals from Toy Fair? Oh, no problem, Grand Moff Tarkin. I'm glad you like those old reviews. I haven't, you know what, that's the other thing, like I want to start doing more of my DC reviews. But I've done so many of them, you know. I have like a pretty decent archive of DC stuff. Arkham. I'll say this, I miss getting an Arkham game, you know. I have been going back. I want to say, what was it? Last month I pretty much was playing the entire series, and once you get to Arkham City, like from Asylum, it's like the play features, you know, the way that Batman glides longer, and then when you get by the time, it's like the perfect progression in a franchise for a game, you know. It's like Arkham Asylum was really fun. I think the only really issue that I had was the whole Titan Joker at the end, but that was mostly by design. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. Wasn't my cup of tea. But whoa. He just had a Dreadwind. Orio's over here crop dusted me over here. All right, so here he is. But for the most part, but it's like I said, it was like a perfect progression for what's that action figure? A video game franchise. It's like when you play Arkham Asylum, like I said, the fighting ability, the comboing was like very at the nucleus stage, and when you get to City, it's like they started like really getting the fighting style, the how Batman glides throughout the city, and then by the time you get to Origins, it's increased even more. And I want to say the comboing in Origins is really, really stepped up from City, and then when you get to Arkham Knight, it's like everything you needed in one, as far as a progression through a franchise, Okay. Oh, so here we go. Just out of interest, is that Killer Croc held up? Which Killer Croc, Grand Moff Tarkin? There's two. I have the Origins one, and I have the Arkham Asylum one. The Arkham Asylum one, it's actually a funny story how I met Rob's Rogues. I actually met him by giving him my first Killer Croc from the Arkham Asylum line. I gave him that because that one broke, and he's like, well, I don't have a Killer Croc. I'd love to have one. I was like, I'll send it to you for free. And I sent it to him. He fixed the arm, and I ended up getting, through Big Bad Toy Store at the time, I ended up getting a full replacement, and they told me to just keep the old one. So I gave him my broken one, and he fixed it, and it was perfectly fine. And then the next one I got didn't break. So I'll say this. That Killer Croc has held up, the Arkham Asylum one. The Arkham Origins one, kind of. Some paint started chipping on his forehead a little bit. And then the hips on him were really poorly engineered. And one of the legs fell off. Like, it just fell apart. It just disintegrated. So that was unfortunate. And I pack all my figures. When I store them and put them away, I don't have them in near high heat. I actually put when I bag them, I put bubble wrap around them. So like I store my figures properly. I don't just throw them in a bin and throw them wherever. But yeah, they just, a lot of those old DC Direct figures, the problem with them is that they just don't hold up the test of time. They have a lot of clear plastic joints in the shoulders and the hips, and they just simply even if you store them perfectly, they just don't hold up. That's the problem, unfortunately. If you have a very limited one that doesn't have that extra articulation they're starting to give before they became DC Collectibles, then what was it, the super articulated Arkham Batman. He's held up pretty decently. I'm kind of worried if I do take him out of storage. Like, I checked on him, what was it, last summer. I usually check on my figures to see how they're doing, but just to see how they're holding up and stuff like that. But anyway, he was fine, and I feel like the more limited figures from the DC Direct era, those hold up a little bit more because it's less to have to move around, less to have to hold up, So, I still have a lot of DC Collectibles figures that have held up pretty okay. I want to say the early years of DC Collectibles, when they switched over that name, it got kind of, But yeah, the Asylum ones held up okay. I'd still be very careful with him. If you do get him and you do buy him used, I'd almost suggest that you go after one that's not been opened, to be honest with you, because you don't know how the previous person used it. If it's okay, worst thing you want to do is get a used loose figure, especially a DC Direct figure, an old one that's larger, because their larger figures weren't really built to last. unfortunately. In my opinion. This is just my opinion. And actually, half opinion, half fact, because I've shown this in videos that they just fall apart brand new. So if they fall apart brand new, they're not going to last 10, 15 years, you know? Depending on, you know, how you handle your figures. But if you pull a brand new figure out of package and it breaks, there's no excuse for that. Just never agreed with that. And it's happened numerous times with NECA figures, with DC collectibles. Never with a Marvel Legend, though. Some third-party figures have broke right out of package, and I had to send those back, and that was a pain in the ass. Some of them don't like that. This is a large reason why I usually, I know I've had my issues with Big Bad Toy Store in the past, but it's the reason why I usually shop with them, because if I have an issue, I can send it right back to them or call them, and their customer service is pretty damn good. They usually just either tell me to keep the old one or they'll send me a new one. Like the Ahab figure that was missing, the NECA Predator Ahab, Ultimate Ahab. It was missing his mask. They sent me a whole new one. They didn't have to do that, but that's how they, you know, that's the reliability of that company. That's why I usually will pre-order stuff through them. Not to say that other online retailers won't do that, but it just seems a little bit easier. You can also call them. You don't have an issue. People are pretty easy to get a hold of. But anyway, I'm sorry. I went on a Marvel Legend. Okay, so Toy Fair stuff. Storm Collectibles, Sagat and Cammy. Nice. I got a couple Storm Collectibles figures. The only issue I have with those, and it's okay if you like them, and that's fine. For me, the reason why I'm not really going to be collecting those, they're a little bit too rubbery for me, and they're a little bit the diaper that they have. It doesn't sit on the torso. Like I have what was it? The Hulk Hogan, the NWO Hulk Hogan, and his diaper doesn't sit on the torso like it's supposed to, and it flops around and doesn't move. I don't know what it is about that style of diaper. I think it needs to be attached. The diaper needs to be attached to the hips, and then it would sit properly. But since it's not, and it just floats, kind of causes an issue. I don't mind NECA's diapers that they have for their figures. They're like rubbery diaper, but also a lot of their joints, they kind of have that early like Mafex issue, like the Mafex Batman. He's sitting over there in the way back. Son of a bitch. Anyway, the early Mafex. Some of their joints like pop off a little bit too easy, and I know they've fixed them, they've retooled them to not pop off, but then sometimes you lose the range of motion. I don't know. There's little nuances about those figures where I think that they're still not worth the price point, or they haven't engineered them properly yet. Like they're not quite there. And like I said, if you like them, good. Have fun with them. Enjoy them. For me, there's a dozen other figures out there that I would rather pick up. But if you like them, that's cool. Totally fine. For me, if I'm getting a Street Fighter figure, I'm going to get the Figuarts one. Because I know it's going to hold up. It's SH Figuarts. There you go. But, I mean, I totally get it. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm not telling you what to like or anything like that. I don't want anything misconstrued. I'm just giving you my opinion. You can take it. You can leave it. You can do whatever you want with it. Zorpak says he's excited for the Marvel Legends Dazzler, Mr. Sinister, and Shuri. Yes! Dopage. Totally dopage. A lot of Marvel Legends figures coming out are pretty awesome. Actually, I think the Professor X Deluxe figure in his hover chair and the Deadpool are both in stock right now. You guys can pick those up. But you have to buy them together. I hate that. I don't know why Big Bad Toy Store did that. For some reason, they package them together, and it's like you have to buy them together to get them now. Where I pre-ordered Professor X separately, so if you have him in stock, why didn't you just sell him separately in stock also? Yet again, not making sense. These are some of the issues I have with them. But anyway, thankfully I got the re-release of the Arkham Asylum Croc, where the plastic joints are much more durable. Are you talking about the? Oh, I remember the re-release one. Yeah, I think they still use clear plastic though. A lot of the DC Collectibles re-releases still use clear plastic, but what they did was they painted the clear plastic, make you think it's solid plastic, when it's actually just painted clear plastic. So be careful. Still be careful. Yeah, Bison. Yeah, yeah. That was the issue Strident had with his Bison. Thoughts on McFarlane taking over the DC Multiverse line? They're not. I know that DC is kind of spread out through different companies, different styles for lines, and that's kind of why they said they 86'd Mattel, because Mattel was only doing one thing and they had the whole license, so they were like, oh, you know what, we'd like to spread that out. It's actually quite intelligent what they did, and I know a lot of people are pissed because they have a majority of Mattel DC figures, like me. But at the end of the day, it does make sense because you don't want to shoehorn yourself into one thing. Mattel still does have the DC license for like Barbie style figures, so Barbie's your thing, go for it with Mattel, because that's Mattel's thing. It's always been Barbie, that's their thing. So they kept the Mattel license for that, and then they gave the Mattel license to McFarlane. I don't know if they're going to be doing what kind of action figures they're going to be doing, but if it's McFarlane, this is the issue I have with McFarlane. I got really into their Assassin's Creed figures, and that was a huge mistake. Don't recommend you buy any of those. They're poorly built. They break easily. And if they're like that, I don't know. Or the Walking Dead figures. I'd say, I don't know, pass. But if they're statue-esque figures, I'd be intrigued, because McFarlane does make decent statues and statuesque figures. Like I have the McFarlane, what was that, the Toys R Us exclusive Spawn. It's kind of like a statue and just stands there. That's fine. He serves his purpose. That's what I wanted. I got that. He looks great. The detail's great. The paint apps are great. And he just needs to stand there. Action figure wise, I don't think McFarlane's ever really got it as far as articulation, range of motion, and longevity. So I'd be a little worried if they're making multiverse figures. But, time will tell. Hindsight is always 20/20. Maybe they make great figures. I don't know. I'm just giving you my opinion, You thoroughly remember my rant on Professor Pig? Oh my god, that figure. I think I threw that figure up against a wall. I got so upset with that figure, which is ridiculous. I shouldn't have thrown a figure up against a wall, but... Yeah, it all, Grand Moff Tarkin, it all started with a lot of the Arkham figures breaking on me. I was like, you know what, I love this line, and I don't want to give it up, and I almost had all the figures, and I was just like, when Arkham Knight came along, I was just like, the quality's just not there. The scales on some of them aren't right, it just, and I'm not trying to be a scale snob, but some of them, like Robin, was way too big and tall, and I just was like, oh man, but whatever, Am I getting any of the new Mezcos? You want that Black Panther? All right, so this is my thing with Mezco. I like them. I want to own a lot of them. And it's not about the price. Sorry, I'll stop clicking that. It's probably really annoying. It's not just the price that I have the issue with, because they keep going up and up and up and up in price. Some of them are like $100, and I'm just like, oof. But it's longevity for me for Mezco. Now, unless you keep your Mezco figures stored on a mint on card, because at that point, what's the point of even buying a Mezco figure if you're just gonna have it mint on card? I don't see purposely the point of having a Mezco figure mint on card. It's just like you might as well sell it and just get your money back or make money on it if that's what you want to do. But you know, I just don't see the point to having that. And the issue, the reason why I'm segueing into saying longevity is because the majority of them are made of fabric. And if you have dust, if you have insects, if you have whatever, hair, anything, it doesn't matter. It's going to affect the cloth. Cloth breaks down over time, and I just can't see these figures lasting a very long time where, you know, you have a Marvel Legends line that'll last quite a long time. I don't think I've ever had a Marvel Legends figure like, well, maybe a couple. Ultron from the 3-pack, and then obviously they have their own issues, obviously, but as far as like longevity goes, like a Marvel Legends going to outlast a Mezco figure. It's just going to happen. Mezcos look a lot better, but they're not going to last because unless you're a seamstress, and I'm no seamstress, you know, how are you going to repair and I've already seen like brand new figures like splitting. Like, and this is the issue that I have, why I've kind of taken a huge step back from Mezco, is seeing a lot of those issues and then thinking 5 or 10 years down the road, is this stuff really going to last that long? I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. You know, you can take it, you can leave it, you can do whatever you want with it, throw it in the trash. I don't care. You know, but as far as like, I want to get John Stewart, I want to get Blade. There's a few figures I'd like to get. I want to get Cable, I want to get Cyclops, but A, number one is a price. B, number one is longevity. That's kind of the issue. I wish they would start using more plastics for specific characters, like they do with Iron Man. Iron Man's pretty much all plastic. He doesn't have any cloth on him. So therefore, they use plastic. And he's pretty much around the same price point. So it's like, why not just do that for a lot of other figures, and then you'll have more longevity. They would hook me if they gave you like a Blade figure with all sculpt, right? Not the majority of him all being cloth. If they wanted to do all sculpt and then add cloth stuff in if you want to, put it on him, it might not fit directly the way like the Punisher fits, but at least you have the option for that longevity down the road, because if those pants break down or a hole forms or a seam splits, you don't have to deal with that, you know? I could see the addition of having the cloth if you want to use the cloth, but I don't know. It's actually gotten me thinking to maybe want to sell some of them, because I could put the money for those into something else, like some of my Transformers that I'm trying to get into, and other stuff. Like I have a whole bunch of, and you could make the same argument for Hot Toys too. You could make that argument too. The high price point for figures. They're cloth. It's going to break down over time. It's not going to last forever, you know. But like some of the Hot Toys figures are made of like plastic or like a rubbery plastic, and that's going to break down too. But I don't know. I guess you could make an argument for anything. But for me, I guess it's my excuse to save money, you know. But Black Panther looks great. Mezco makes a lot of great looking figures, you know. And I pretty much got the figures that I want. I have Shazam, I have a Punisher, I have a Batman. I'm good to go. I don't really need anybody else, to be honest with you. But to each their own. If you like Mezco, that's cool. I get it. They look good. They really do. The Cable looks really good. Both versions of that Cable, the Capcom one and the I want to say the more comic book looking one. You've heard really good things about the recent Fortnite figures. I don't know. You know what? I don't play Fortnite. Whenever I go over to my sister's house, my nephew's always playing it. I've played it a couple times, and I'm just like, this isn't my cup of tea. It's your cup of tea, cool. But I don't know too much about those figures, to be honest with you. I'll have to check out a couple of reviews to see how the figures are as far as that goes. But that's promising if those are good. I'll have to check out a review to see for myself, though. Really dropped the ball in terms of quality for the Arkham Origins line. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I agree. Todd also said that they're making figures from all media, video games, movies, TV shows. Oh, okay. So, you know what? Like I said, the jury's out. I was just giving you my immediate opinion based on what I've seen prior, which maybe I shouldn't make that assessment based on what's been out before, but, Okay, so anyway, we got to get back to Dreadwind. Where's his packaging? Oh, here it is. So Dreadwind's pretty cool looking. He comes with one gun here. He comes with his Prime, Power of the Primes edition. You can actually plug this into his chest, I believe. Oh, there we go. You can actually plug this into his chest. It goes right here. It actually doesn't look that bad. Some of these editions look kind of, I'm probably going to have him displayed like this. So, there you go with Dreadwind. Pew, 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 pew. But he looks good. I like him. I really like, I'm really liking the range of motion for most Transformers is really well done. I have to say that. I really do. And he's also pretty much like a combiner. So I think he turns into an arm and a leg, if I'm not mistaken. So you can combine him with the rest of the people in his wave to make a combiner mech, if you want to. So that's pretty cool. All right, next. What's up next? We'll do little siege guys. Our little siege guys. Our little siege guys. All right, here we go, mates. Crack-a-lack-em. Do I have any plans on getting new archive figures from the Black Series line? The only one I picked up was the Luke Skywalker. I have 3 Boba Fett's. I don't need another Boba Fett. I have pretty much, as far as like the Black Series archive stuff, the only one I wanted to get was the X-Wing Luke, because I actually sold. I had 4 of the convention. I had 4 of the Star Wars Celebration X-Wing Luke, the exclusive, and I gave one away, and I sold the other 3. So I don't own one of those. So the archive one works, looks good, mint on card, and that works. So, and like I said, I don't have too many mint on card figures. Like I have some, but they're mostly like my favorite characters. So, and Luke's one of them, so I don't mind owning him like that. Like that. Oh, come on, get out of there. Being a pain in my rear end. There's one little guy. I did see that they're re-releasing Anakin, which I think is a good thing for a lot of collectors that missed out on Anakin. And then he kind of popped up at like Ross's a few years ago, and people were like, "What the heck? Where is he coming from?" And then people were being complete jerks about it and selling him for like $70. I'm like, you just bought him for like $20. Somebody I saw bought him for like 10. And I'm like, you're selling him for 70? Come on, you're a dick. But as far as the archive figures go, no, I'm probably going to pass on the majority of them. unless it's like another Luke that's re-released with updated paint apps. The rest I already have. I have everybody else. You know, I don't really need doubles of figures I already have, unless it's like a trooper, then I'll get a couple. But you got a bug. Does Asher Wreckers check? I don't know. Action figure expert, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. So try to reiterate what you are, or reformulate what you're trying to ask me. Anakin and Yoda are looking like huge. Yeah, I'm tempted to get the Yoda, but I already have a Yoda. I don't know if I need another Yoda. And I feel like people go gaga for Yoda, you know? I feel like he's going to be one of those ones that are a pain in the rear end to get. But the updated, why can't I talk today? I think I'm like dehydrated or something. Where's my water? But the paint apps on them all look really good. The paint apps on Anakin look better. Yoda, they all look really good. So, it's good. A dozen workers to collect. Did I see episode 1 Obi-Wan? Yeah, he looks really good. And I have the Figure Arts one. And then I have the Sideshow Collectibles 12-inch one. So I'm definitely planning on picking that episode 1 up. I like that they're re-releasing Darth Maul, too. That's really cool. And I'm probably going to pick up... You all know how many Mauls I have, including the Sideshow Collectibles one. You guys all know how much of a big Malgus fan. I was really hoping. I'm like, come on, please, someone take a risk. Someone take a risk. Even if he's an exclusive, I really want a Darth Malgus Black Series figure. Really, I'm like a big Malgus fan. So, but it's nice that we're getting Maul. I'm probably going to get that Maul because I am a big Darth Maul fan. So, I'm probably going to get the what was it? The Phantom Menace, the old 99 card. I love that they're doing that. That's so cool. I wonder if they're going to do that with a young Anakin. I don't think it's the end of that old card artwork. But anyway, let's get back to way off on tangents today. But yeah, the packaging looks really cool for the 99 card artwork. All that stuff looks really good. What are my thoughts on the overall state of Star Wars? Oh boy, you're trying to open up a whole can of worms, aren't you? What are my thoughts on the recent Star Wars films? Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm going to trigger a whole bunch of people if I start talking about that stuff. I'll just say this. I've given my opinion on it before. I'm not going to harp too much on it. It's just, those movies aren't my cup of tea. You like them? Great. I don't care for them. And I have my own reasons. It's not anything that I'm regurgitating from whatever anyone else has said prior. But they're just not for me. You know? I won't defend it, but I will stick to my guns. I've always liked the prequels. I don't really have that many issues with the prequels, besides the terror. I mean, the acting is not very good. I'll say that. But as far as the battle scenes, and people can make fun of them and say, "Oh, you like glow sticks, or you like, whatever." there was actual martial arts in the prequels. Actual, real fighting martial arts, dueling martial arts. Like, they actually used some of the different forms that Jedis use in those films. So that's the stuff I really dig about those. Like, you can't, none of the other movies can really touch the fighting scenes in the prequels. Sorry. It just can't. They're not going to. And you can make fun of the CGI. I know the CGI is not as good as up to date, but this came out in 1999. You know, it's not like we're talking about a brand new film that came out and the CGI looks like trash. You know, I'm sure if the prequels came out now, the CGI would be a lot better and no one would be complaining about it. You know, maybe still be complaining about the, you know. But anyway, I'm talking about the prequel. I don't know why I'm talking about the prequels. It's not even what you asked me. You asked me how I feel about the new movies. Long story short, they're not for me. I don't have any connection to any of the new characters. And the way I thought the characters were going to go, and this isn't, I don't not like it because it's not where I thought I can't talk. I don't not like it because because the characters didn't go to the direction that I want them to. I don't like it because they didn't really give us characters that were really on par or something new enough from what we've already seen before. So it wasn't, it tried to be unique, and it tried too hard to be unique, I guess, if that's a thing. I don't know if I'm making sense. Probably not. But the point I'm trying to make, I'm just joking when I say that. I'm for the most part, it's just I just didn't really gravitate towards the new trilogy at all. I would have preferred, I think, they took their time and thought this process out a little bit more. And I feel like still to this day that the new trilogy stuff wasn't thought out enough. They had an idea and they started with it. And by the second movie, they kind of lost that train of thought and went a totally different direction that they were originally going. And it kind of, I don't know. The second movie, it is what it is. You like it, good for you. It's just not for me. And I'm not like an OG fan. Like I said, I like the OG stuff. I like original trilogy. But prequel stuff, I like that too. So, and it's got its flaws too, just like the OT stuff does. OT stuff has its flaws too. Not everything is perfect, especially Star Wars stuff. You know, I'm not claiming that it is. I'm not claiming that any of the other films don't have their flaws, because they do. I just liked the little bit of more action or the action that was in the prequels and the original trilogy better than and story better than the new trilogy stuff. It's like they gave us a lot of characters, but they didn't really have a plan for them. And I guess the story's still out. There's a third movie coming out. I don't really have any intention to see it. If I do find it for free, maybe I'll watch it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go see it, though. It's just not. I don't really care to see it. Sorry, I went way off on a tangent there. But like I said, if you like the new trilogy stuff, great. That's awesome. Cool. It's just not for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who's that? John Mack for you. Thank you. Thank you, John. Appreciate the compliment. You have yourself a great day, sir. You feel like you're using old characters as promotion to get the OG fans in theaters? Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem with the old characters coming back. that's fine if you want to pass the torch. But I felt like, and like I didn't have a problem with Han Solo dying. I thought that did wonders for Kylo Ren as a character. Um, you know, it, and Harrison Ford wanted to kill off his character in Return of the Jedi, which I think would have made Return of the Jedi a little bit more, as far as the majority of fans, they don't like Return of the Jedi. I love Return of the Jedi. I don't care what anyone says. I love it. But a lot of fans don't like Return of the Jedi because they focus on the negative things, like the Ewoks. But there's a lot of good in Return of the Jedi, like the Vader dueling scene, the fact that Luke learns that Leia is his sister, which is a big deal. You know, in the second one you had Vader revealing that Luke's his son, and then in the third one you have another big deal reveal that Leia is Luke's sister. You know, that's a big deal. And then to see the reaction of Leia learning that that's her brother, and then seeing the reaction of Han Solo learning that Leia is Luke's brother, and that how that impacted the whole cast. Like, you know, it's a whole cast of characters. Excuse me. That was a bigger deal than I think people really, because a lot of people like to diss that movie for, I don't know why, because they love they don't want their Empire Strikes Back being told it's not as good, you know. Who's a good boy? He's a good boy. Yeah. Return of the Jedi is really good. I mean, you got the whole. I mean, Jedi. You finally got your Jedi Luke, and he finishes his training. He takes on Vader in a pretty decent duel, you know. I still, the one thing that I would have loved to do, but I get the whole point behind it, was I would have loved to see Luke take down the Emperor by himself. But the scene itself, like the father and son aspect there's that dynamic, which was pretty powerful between the two, and you had to have the turn for Vader. And then you saw the struggle within Luke to, you know, kind of use. You could see him using the dark side, especially when he defeats Vader in the duel. You see him look at his hand and struggle with that. Like, you know, he was using the dark side to defeat Vader, but then he's kind of like that's what for me. It's always kind of how Luke's been. He's kind of like Mace Windu, where he's kind of like the tweener. He'll dabble in the dark side a little bit, but then he pulls back to the light. You know what I mean? And he's ultra freaking powerful. He's amazing. But that's what he had to do. And you saw that struggle with him wanting to go to the dark side because it's easy to do that. But he's like, no, I'm not going to give in to you. I'm not going to give in to the dark side. You see that struggle, and that's what you like to see. Like I said, I still would have liked to see, you know, Luke take down Palpatine by himself, but you know, Palpatine is pretty freaking powerful. Let's be honest here; it's not easy to do. So I liked to see that Vader finally took him out after like putting him through. I mean, as far as the lore goes, putting Vader through like torture for years and years and years, and putting him in that suit, and we learn later in the comics that, you know, the suit had design features to make him feel uncomfortable, so you could then feel enraged and want to stay in the dark side and blah blah blah. Anyway, but wasn't easy for Vader, but it was nice to see him get his just due against Palpatine. So. Oh, I know, the Force choking scene, so awesome. I know. It's nice to actually talk about Star Wars. I haven't talked about Star Wars in a while. All right, I gotta figure out these legs. And I'll show you are his legs just go in the front like that? Oh, they tip in. Okay. Oh, do I have to bend them? What am I doing here? I'm not paying attention to the instructions. If you're wondering why my hand is going in front, it's because I'm trying to see chat. right, so if the first one's done, where'd he go? Oh, here's the first one. Kind of looks like a night raven a little bit in his vehicle mode. Looks pretty cool though. Got a little Decepticon. I know you can't see it because whenever I stream live, it just doesn't. It's wanting to focus on everything else in the room and not on that. But you can see a little Decepticon logo on his tail fin. Looks pretty cool. These are just little guys, and they also turn into, like I said, weapons for your Decepticons too. So they're little Decepticons, and they turn into vehicles. And he's another plane right there. That's not his full mode. I haven't transformed him yet, but there you are. There you have it. There's the two. And what are their names? Let's see. We've got Stormcloud and Visper. Pretty cool. That's a lot of fun. And I think that is it for the haul. I think that's it. I'm probably going to do a full review on this guy. The Siege stuff, all the Siege stuff I'm going to be doing reviews on. It's just, I've been kind of getting pummeled with work lately. So that, and if I don't work, I can't afford this stuff. So I've been doing a lot of overtime, and then I got my tax return, so that helped with some of this stuff. And yeah, it also helped me get some third-party stuff, which I'm really excited for. I can't wait to get that stuff. I think I only have 2 third-party stuff figures coming from. I'm on the fence if I want to buy the third one. I don't know. But for the majority of my Transformer stuff, like I said, I'm pretty much getting as many as I can at a cheap price as far as like the Decepticons go. Like I said, I didn't pay much for Grimlock. I only paid like $20 for him. He was $10 at Walgreens. Him I paid, regular retail was $20. $20 for Megatron, and he's brand new. Cog and forgot his name. I don't know why. Sorry. These are regular retail. I got these for $20 each, so I didn't mind paying it. They're both really cool figures. They have pretty cool modes. I'll show you one mode, or show you his transformation modes really quick. You want to separate them like that for Skytread. That's his name. Sorry. I should think of Sky and Tread, because he turns into a tank. We'll do his tank mode first, really quick. What you want to do with the tank mode first is, I know I'm basically doing a review here, but essentially, but just kind of want to open up those thighs really quick. Then you want to point the toe like that. Point the toe with him like that. And you want to take this. You'll see a little clip right here, little clip section. Just want to clip that together until you hear a little pop. Then you want to open those up like that. Make sure that's open. You've got the waist joint right here. You simply want to bend that forward and fold it in like so. You're going to see 2 little clips right here, right there and there. And you simply want to line them up with the 2 holes right there, and then just pop that in like so. So he's kind of like that, okay? Then you want to take your legs or your thigh armor, and you want to pop that in. There are 2 peg little like ports right here, and you want to just clip those in like so. Mine don't want to stay in though, for some reason. And he is properly transformed right here, but it simply doesn't like to stay clipped in. I've tried with pressure to get him clipped in, and it simply just does not want to stay. If you get one side in like that, then the other side doesn't want to go in. So it's just a little design flaw. It's not a big deal at the end of the day. Then you want to take his cannon piece. The one thing that I have noticed with this, the different ports you can port him into with the cannon piece and the gun. You can port it on the side if you want to. Other side. And that's pretty much it for the side pieces. There are 3 ports on the front. or on the top, excuse me. Now, it shows in the, sorry, I got to stretch my leg out. I'm getting cramps in my legs. Got to do my yoga for the day. It shows that you want to port this in right in the front, like that. Now, the only issue I have with that is that if you slightly bump this, oh, now it's not going to do it, of course. But you really kind of have to get that pushed down in there tight. If you do kind of move this around, this will pop out quite easily. I would have liked a little bit more of a deeper peg hole for that. It's not the end of the world. What I like to do is I like to actually put this over here like that on that side, and then I take the other gun that he comes with and I like to put it on this side so he can defend himself from two different angles. If you don't like that, you don't have to do it, but there's the option for that. If you like the traditional looking tank mode, you can go with that. I like to give him actually both the guns because I feel like the tank would like to use both the guns. And like I said, you can port that there. You can put this on the side if you want to. This way this can swivel backwards, and if he's getting shot from the back, he can defend himself. But you can put these wherever you want. It's really up to your discretion. In the, I think in the, well, I don't have the instructions. They're downstairs. But in the instructions, they show it like this. With this on the right side. The camera might be inverted right now, but this is actually his right side right here. So, hi, buddy. Oreo's pawing me because he wants attention. That's his thing he does now. He's like, oh, pay attention to me? I know, buddy. Okay. Anyway, but so that's his tank mode right there. And then the plane mode is very simple. You just simply want to take, let me get this out of the way. You simply want to take this, depeg it, and it'll just actually push the head back. So you just kind of want to do that, boom, and it looks already like a plane. The tail section does not fold up or anything. It's just kind of molded that way. So, and then on the inside here, you want to kind of move these arms back and out of the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Are we going to do, oh no, you don't want to move those back, sorry. Don't move those back. You actually want to wait and fold those in, but you want to move these back is what I meant to do. You want to fold those back all the way back like that, and then pop this one back as well, like that. Then you want to take this centerpiece and you want to bring that down to your little clip or pop. Then you want to take the arms and you want to fold these in, okay? Like so. And now you want to swivel this arm and that arm. Well, first you want to put the fists away, duh. You want to swivel this arm and this arm until you see two little holes that will clip into these little pieces right there. So, and they will have a hole on, where is it? Where are you, sir? There we go. See this little hole right here? You're going to clip that in, and you just want to swivel. And there you go. There we are. That hole and that hole. Try not to swivel where the shoulder joint is. You want to swivel where that is. Okay, so there you go. And then these will actually clip together. Sorry, I'm not showing that the best I can. You'll see a little hole right there and the clip right there, and you just want to pop those together like so, and then bring them down, and they will clip right into place just like that. So those don't go anywhere. Then you want to keep these pieces up, and you just want to fold down the wings, and there you go. You have Skytread's plane mode. So that looks pretty cool. I like it. That with the tank, and the reason why I gave him both the guns, the tank mode, was because he actually already has two guns sculpted right into the wings. So I think that looks really well. Does as far as the design goes. So he can pretty much like scout for his lower half, while the tank mode kind of scouts forward. He can go ahead and be like, okay, you're all clear, go, pull forward, you know? I think it's pretty cool that these separate like that. And I gotta say, as far as comparing him to Cog, the other guy that has multiple modes, um, I think I like Skytread a little bit better. Even though Cog, you can kind of separate him, turn him into weapons for other figures. As far as the Autobots go, his vehicle mode isn't as well designed as Skytread's or a lot of the others. For some reason, the clip system, when you clip him into vehicle mode, it's kind of keeps popping off. That's the one issue I have with Cog. But we'll get to that in the review. I know I pretty much did a review on Skytread. I'll do a full review on him. I think he's a really cool figure. I think you should pick him up if you get a chance. But he's not your typical like Dreadwind. Like he's not your just typical plane, just one plane. He's he splits off into two, which I think is pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, that's Oreo in the back, Zorpox. Thoughts on the Transformers film and the Bumblebee film? The Bayformers films, I watched the first two, and I was like, okay, I've had enough of this. I didn't really watch any of the others. I tried to watch the third one. Once they killed off Ironhide, I was like, all right, I could care less. I just didn't care. After that, I didn't really watch any of the other ones with Wahlberg. I'm not a big Mark Wahlberg fan. I like him in like a couple films, like what was it? The Italian Job. He's okay. Shooter. He's okay. I like Shooter, the film. The series is halfway decent. I'll sit down and watch the Ryan Phillippe series. It's okay. It's not awful. But the Bumblebee movie, I liked that quite a bit. I'd say go watch the Bumblebee movie over any of the Bayformers films. They've really the first 15 minutes feels like war on Cybertron, or fall of Cybertron. My God, I can't talk. War for Cybertron, fall of Cybertron. There you go. I really like the designs better. They look more kind of G1 mixed with Fall of Cybertron. Hey, buddy. Do I watch the Gotham TV show? No. I watched the first season. Some of the second season, I said, this is not my cup of tea. No, thank you. What? What do you want? He wants his dinner. He's hungry. Right? Say hi to everybody, or look. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you got stuff in your eye. What is that? That's stuff out of his eye. There you go, bud. Good boy. Yeah, no, I don't watch the Gotham TV show. It's just I don't like that universe. It's not my yet again, not my cup of tea. Thoughts on Affleck giving up the cape? That's okay. I'm sure they'll find someone that'll do just as good of a job. I love the Affleck design, though. I'm not going to lie. I have the Mezco. Let me go get them. I'll go get them. I have the Mezco and the Figure Arts version of that Batman. I don't feel like getting him. He's all the way up there. You can see him. He's right behind the first appearance Batman. There he is right there. My finger's on him. Right there. And then there's the other Mezco Dark Knight Returns figure. I think that's the first Mezco figure. But he's up there in the Batmans. Hanging out with the Batmans. Oreo, how do you feel about Trypticon? He was staring at me. What the hell's the matter with you, Dad? Thoughts on the Joaquin Phoenix Joker? See, you're making me. I'm sounding like a Debbie Downer, but I'm not trying to be. The jury's out. It doesn't really appeal to me. I don't feel like Joker needs his own film. I feel like you're taking away the aesthetic of the Joker character when you make a film about him. He should just be a part of the Batman film. You're not supposed to know that much about Joker. That makes him intriguing. I feel like you're taking some of that intrigue away when you give him a backstory. Like I said, the jury's out. I mean, I really just don't feel like it's necessary to have a Joker film. But to each their own. If you want to go see it, go see it. That's my opinion on it. I feel like you could have given us a different character that maybe deserves a film over Joker. I know some people will defend it and say, well, Joker's an important character. He deserves a film. Does he, though? I don't know. Me personally, I would have rather wanted to see a Martian Manhunter film, where you could do way more with that film than you can do a Joker film. I mean, he's a freaking shapeshifter. He's an awesome character, super OP, interesting. He's never had a film. He's never been in a film other than animated, which, I wish he would have got his own animated film too. But I would rather see a Martian Manhunter film every day of the week over a Joker film. That's just my opinion. But whatever, It's kind of like Solo. See, I didn't mind the Solo film. Would I have preferred another character over Solo? Yes. The film itself wasn't that bad. It's a popcorn flick. I didn't take it seriously. I had fun watching it. It was okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the new characters that they introduced. It's one of the few Disney films I enjoyed, that and Rogue One. To be honest with you, I'm just being honest. I didn't really have an issue with Solo that much. Was it perfect? No. Was it entertaining? Sure. Like I said, the new trilogy stuff. Is it perfect? No. Is it entertaining? Sure. Do I care to see any more of it? No. Do I care to see another Solo film? Absolutely not. Thoughts on seeing Darth Maul with the Sam Witwer's voice? I didn't mind it. It's okay that they didn't get Ray Park, or I'm actually surprised that they didn't get what's his name that played Snoke to voice him. I'm surprised they didn't get him. I can't think of his name. What the heck's his name? Oh, it's slipping. I'm slipping in my old age. I'm surprised they didn't get him, but I'm okay with it not being Ray Park or what's his it's on the tip of my tongue. What the heck's his name? I know it. Oh, it's bothering me. Andy Serkis. There we go. I'm surprised they didn't use Andy Serkis's voice for him, seeing as he's still under contract too, I believe. I think he is. But they could have I feel like they could have got him. I didn't mind it. It was fine. I thought it was pretty good. I really want a figure of him in Black Series form with robotic legs. Worst Marvel film I've seen? Oh. Like Marvel? Like the Avengers and stuff? I don't think they're any of the. I don't think I can really say any of them are really horrible. I'd probably say my least favorite is what I would say. My least favorite, it might be Age of Ultron. I'm pretty sure it's Age of Ultron. I really just did not. That movie was kind of boring to me. I really didn't like the. I didn't like the way they handled Ultron. The joking and the I don't know, that's not Ultron to me. The whole joking and trying to be like a human, I don't know. That's not Ultron to me. I don't know. It's just it's whatever, It is what it is. Ooh, it's coming apart. Skytread's coming apart. Sorry, Skytread. Yeah, they did. I felt the same way that they turned Ultron into like the kid in the back of the class, like the class clown or something, you know? Or like a bully. They just turned him into a bully, like a typical bully character. He keeps farting. He's probably got to go outside and go to the bathroom. Right, bud? You're my little gas bag today. But yeah, I don't know if I would say that any of them have been horrible. I don't mind Thor. I don't mind Thor: The Dark World. Were both of those great movies? Not by any means. Did I think they were terrible? No. Nope. Still enjoyable. Still had fun watching them, you know? I don't really think, like, unless it's like a D-list movie, I don't really think, like, a lot of movies are bad. Are there good aspects to a lot of films? Sure. Some films are subjective, but you can base fact on a lot of the films when you're rating them. This is why I don't listen to a lot of critics. I listen to the people that mean the most to me when I ask them, how was this movie? Did you enjoy it? Because the people that mean the most to me, usually we can spark similar opinions, or we like the same things. So those are the people I usually go to if they've seen a movie. Like, I'll ask Strident, hey man, how was this movie? Was it good? He'll be like, yeah, you'll like it. And I'll go see it, and then I liked it, you know? Because we like the same things. Or ask any of the rogues, you know, did you like this movie? How is it? And they're like, oh, it's really good. Go check it out. And I'll check it out, and it's good. And I like it. You know, it all depends on what you like. Don't listen to critics, like mainstream critics. I think, unless you have similar tastes, I always go to the people that I actually know, as opposed to people you don't know at all. This is why I stay away from criticizing movies or doing movie reviews anymore, because I'll put my opinion out there and then people are like, you know, they get angry. What do I think of the Captain Marvel trailers? I was discussing this with Strident, and I was like, you know, I don't know why they went after her as an actress. There's nothing really that stands out about her as an actress as to why they cast her specifically. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I'm not going to get into SJW stuff. I could care less about talking about SJW stuff. I don't want to talk about that stuff, political stuff, religious stuff, any of that stuff. Don't want to talk about it. I just want to talk about toys, have fun. You know, I'm sure the movie will be good. It's a Marvel film. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. You know, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun, guys. You know, give it a chance. Go see it. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to go see it. I'll give something a chance. If I don't like it, then I don't like it. No big deal at the end of the day. What did I waste? $11? No big deal. I just don't feel like her acting chops are there. All the political stuff aside, I don't know if she's got enough to hold her own, but like I said, jury's out. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe she's really good. Maybe the film will be really good. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So, I don't know. Something's telling me wait for video. Or wait for a free video. You like Charlize Theron? She would have been dope. She's a really good actress. But I mean, like I said, this new the woman in the I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like an idiot. I know her name. My ADD's kicking in right now. I apologize. But you know, you got to give new actors a chance, right? I'm willing to give her the chance. You know, her track record doesn't really say much, but you know, a lot of other track records didn't say much. Mark Hamill didn't say much. He's a fantastic actor. You know, Brie Larson, that's her name. Yeah, Um, I'm willing to give it the chance. I'm gonna go see it. It's a cosmic character that I've been begging to see for years. If they ever come out with a, this is for me. This is just for me. Okay, if they ever come out with a Quasar movie, I'll probably crap my pants because I love Quasar, um, Wendell Vaughn Quasar, but that won't happen. That probably won't happen. But yeah, I mean, she's a new actress. I'm always for new actors, new actresses coming out and being in a film, regardless of their white, black, yellow, Asian, whatever. Regardless if they're male or female, I'm always for new actors because when you got the same actors in every film, it kind of gets like, okay, this is just another Brad Pitt film. We've seen Brad Pitt, we've seen Tom Cruise in countless movies. Where are the new actors? We got to get the next generation in there. So I don't really have a problem with that. I worry about her acting chops. That's all. So we'll see what happens with the film. Worst case scenario, if it's a pooper, it's a pooper. You don't like it, you don't like it. Brie Larson got an Oscar. That's why. It's probably for supporting actress. When you're headlining a movie, it's a little different, but it is what it is. I mean, Ben Affleck got an Oscar, and he's been in a lot of poopers, Reindeer Games. I could name a whole bunch others, but so did Matt Damon. Matt Damon's been in some poopers, but he's been in some good movies too. The Bourne, the whole Bourne saga, fantastic. So it's give and take. You never know. Thoughts on the CGI Tarkin and Leia? I thought it was pretty good. Listen. I don't nitpick. I've never nitpicked CGI like some other people do. It doesn't take away, like, if you have a character that's a side character that's only supposed to be featured for a little bit with some CGI, who cares? I'm not going to sit here and take away from the film because the CGI wasn't up to whatever you thought in your head it was supposed to be up to, For me, CGI has really never been that big of a deal. If it looks like Transformers Beast Wars, then that's bad. If it looks like Power Rangers the movie, then that's bad. If it looks like early 90s, like screensaver CGI, then that's not very good. Obviously, there is a good, there's a scale, but I think for the most part, big budget movies have done pretty damn good CGI. I want to say the majority, not all of them, but the majority of them. And I thought Tarkin looked good. Some people thought it was disrespectful to have an actor that's dead. Obviously, the family wasn't disrespected. Obviously, they were asked if it's okay if they use his likeness, and they okayed it. So what's the problem? I don't get that whole argument. It's disrespectful. It must only be disrespectful to the people bringing up that it's disrespectful. Because no one else had an issue with it, Well, I know we've got Tarkin in chat. Exactly, just ask Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin, I thought you looked wonderful in the your CGI counterpart. I thought you looked wonderful in the movie. I thought Leia looked really good. I swallow semen. I swallow semen. Oh God, you subbed. Thank you, buddy. Got any cool Star Wars collectibles? Yeah, I have a whole bunch. I have a. Let me shift all this. There's all the half the Black Series stuff. I have some Hot Toys figures and some Sideshow collectibles. Over here, I have a whole Luke Skywalker shelf, Darth Maul shelf. Well, I'm not pointing to it, sorry. I'm inverted here. My camera's inverted because it's looking at me. But there's Maul over there. Luke's up there, over there. got the original trilogy stuff right there. Prequel stuff right here. 3 3/4 inch stuff over there. Some was over here. We got some Lego stuff down there. You can't see them. More stuff up there. Over there. There's a whole nother shelf over here. I'm not trying to show all this stuff off. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what I do have. But I do collect Star Wars stuff. Yeah, keep the boxes. It looks pretty good. For display purposes. Why not? Some people don't keep the boxes. That's perfectly fine if you don't like boxes. No big deal. Excuse me. Here's the Obi-Wan. Here, let me flip over the... Bloop, bloop. I have... Whoop. That was holding up my camera. Sorry. I don't have the tripod. I've shown all this stuff before. I guess I'll show it again really quick. Any old Star Wars stuff? No, I don't collect old vintage stuff. There's my AT-AT, or my AT-AT. There's some Kylo Ren and other stuff. There's some Hot Toys. Pretty much the evolution of Luke right there. Those are all Hot Toys. None of them are Sideshow collectibles. These are all Sideshow collectibles right here. And we got Sideshow Collectibles Maul and his balls. And his skiff. We've got Boba Fett and Jango. Malgus. And we got Kylo and Vader and Palpatine. And then we've got Wolf over there from the Sideshow Collectibles. Wolf. And that's pretty much it. Back on me. Oh, God. Dropping stuff. There we go. Okay. Get my ghetto set up here. But I don't only collect Star Wars. I have Mythic Legions. I have NECA Predator stuff. I have Marvel Legends. I'm just getting into Transformers now. So G.I. Joe. Tons of G.I. Joe. I have a whole attic full of G.I. Joe. I have a lot of DC UC stuff. I have DC collectibles. Yeah, you know what? I was too young. I had Power of the Force figures were the stuff that I grew up. I'm 36. I'll be 36 in like a month. So I'm 35 going on 36. So I was born 83. So I just missed out on the vintage stuff. And by the time I was really getting into action figures, I mostly started growing up with like Ninja Turtles. When I was really young, my mom would get me, she would always go on trips constantly for her job. So she would always come back with like a new DC character for me. So like I think the first action figure I ever remember holding was Shazam. The old Shazam where you would pinch his feet and his arms would go like this. Or pinch his legs and his arms would go like this and he had the cloth cape. That's the first one that's why Shazam's one of my favorite characters. He was like the first action figure I ever remember owning. Period. And then after that, there was a whole bunch of other figures like the Krypton Ring Superman, which I still have. What else? But that's stuff I really started growing up with, like DC stuff. And then I started getting some of the Marvel stuff when I was a little older, like the Superheroes line from Toy Biz. And then, what was it? Then I started getting Star Wars stuff like Power of the Force stuff in the 90s. And then it moved on, progressed through there. So I don't have a whole lot of vintage stuff. And long story short, I lost a lot of my old toys I grew up with in a flood. There was a big flood in my basement, and all that stuff got destroyed. Destroyed by insurance purposes. And then I never saw a dime of that money. But all that stuff's gone. Like, I lost a lot of that stuff. So since I was the age of 12, kind of accumulating all that stuff back. So a lot of stuff is like, a lot of my old stuff I actually sold off to pay for some new stuff. And that's kind of how it's always been. Whenever I see something I like that's new and you know, if I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, I'll sell something old to pay for something new. Like some of my old Hot Toys figures, I sold those to get stuff that I wanted. You know, you got to make room too. That's the other thing. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir. You guys probably already know all this stuff. But no, I don't really collect a lot of vintage stuff. If I do have a vintage figure, it's due to, you know, me liking the character as opposed to me being a completionist. Completionist. Will we ever see a Dark Knight Returns Part 3 adapted to animation? Those two previous films are so damn good. You talking about the Nolan verse? Oh no, Dark Knight Returns. I'm sorry. Part 3. I thought Part 1 and 2 were great. I don't know if they're gonna make a Part 3 to it. If they're gonna do the continuation, I think what they did with it was one of the best, if not the best, adapted comic to film I've ever seen. Period. So it's arguably the best in my eyes. I think it's still the best adapted comic to animated film that I've ever seen. Especially being in a 2-part film, I thought they did fantastic. Peter Weller did a fantastic job. I don't think there's anybody else that could really voice him besides the original voice of Batman. But I thought his older portrayal of Batman was perfect. I thought Peter Weller's voice was perfect for him. But I don't know if they ever do it. I'd probably watch it. Do I have any up, dog? What's up, dog? I don't know. I have a dog right here. His name's Oreo. Damn it, Hasbro. Why you no include sword? Why you no include shield for Grimlock? Why you know it? Where is my shield? Where is my sword? Oh, sure. Grab off target, no problem. I enjoyed answering the questions and chatting with you guys, you know? But yeah, you have a good day, man. Take it easy. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out and chatting up, you know? It's all about communicating, talking, you know? At the end of the day, like, the reason why I have my channel and the way my channel is set up the way it is because I just want to hang out with you guys and chat and talk about action figures and fucking just geek out. Sorry, I swore. I just geek out, you know? What's up, dog? Not much. What's up with you? But yeah, I think that's it. I can put these guys back into robot mode if you want. Just pop those down. I was like taking the excuse me, taking off the weapons first. So you just want to pop those thigh cuts open like that. You want to fold the waist back like so for Skytread. And then you want to fold these. Well, actually, you know what? I like to point the feet first. And then fold these back over like so. And then there you have the legs all set up like so. Looks pretty dope. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And then you want to take the upper torso, fold the wings back, boom. And you want to take the arms, pop those off right there. Fold those back like so. Bring this up. Oop, too far. Right in the middle like that. And then you want to fold this over. Now there's 2 stages to that. You kind of want to push. Sorry. You kind of want to push this all the way forward until it locks into place. 2 pegs on each side. They're going to lock into these shoulder joints right there. And then just bring that over and down like so. Boom ba doop ba doop. Booby doop. Bring the hands out. Poop. Poop. And there you go. You kind of want to swivel these around until you have the fist the right angle, like so. And be able to bend those forward. Sorry, I bumped the camera. And then you simply just want to take your legs and your upper torso and reconnect those. And there's actually a little spot for that front of the plane to fit in. I want to pop those in like so. Make sure that's pointed, and there you go. And we'll just take our weapons, put them back in his hand. Like I said, you can port the weapons wherever you want, on the arms. You can port it on the back if you want to have storage for his back. Or you can just put it in his hand. You can put it on his legs too. Whatever you want to do. On his wings too. There's ports on his wings. So there you go. Skytread. Pretty cool. Go pick him up. Siege line. Brand new. Recommend. Yes, I do. There you go. But yeah, I am going to start. Oh boy, I got to take him out of package. I got to take this bad boy. This big ol' beast of a toy out of package. And I'm going to figure him out. Transform him multiple times so I have that figured out for the review. I want to do his review, definitely. I'm going to do all of these other reviews as well. Stay tuned for that. I am considering doing a review of this. I've already read the whole thing. I've already read it digitally. But I would love to do a review of this. And hopefully, I'm just worried about copyright stuff. That's the only issue that I have. Is because the way I want to do the review is being able to show panels and stuff like that. And you will get copyright stricken off YouTube if you show panels with dialogue and stuff like that. And I don't have a way to take the dialogue out. But what I might do is I might do the review with the panels, all that stuff, and put it on Facebook because they can't do anything to me on Facebook. So there you go. Ha ha, copywriters, leave me alone. I just want to do a review properly for you guys. So I might do a review of that. That might be kind of like a work in progress thing, but I might put that on my Facebook page. This guy will definitely be on my YouTube page. I know I have a ton of reviews to do. I still have to finish off my NECA Turtles. And I have a whole bunch of Transformers reviews. So that's awesome. I'm started to work on my Terradrome review. My G.I. Joe Terradrome review. That has been a severe work in progress. But I did shoot some more over last weekend, so that is coming. I do have some more Wave 1 Mythic Legions reviews on the way. Like I said, I have so much on the plate as far as reviews coming. Just guys will just have to just be patient. A little bit patient. But it's coming, you know. Like I said, I do want to do some Transformers reviews because the more and more I read about Transformers and the more and more I learn about Transformers, the more and more I love it. So why not share my love with all of you out there? What's going on, man? I wouldn't say I'm deep in. I got a couple figures. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this was the big one. This was only $60 though. This was originally, I think, like something like $160, maybe more. I know the Titan series, not the Titan Returns series, but the Titans figures, the class Titans figures, it does go for a pretty penny. Like Omega Supreme is $170, and he's coming out this summer. I can't wait for that. That's a big chunk of change though. But I definitely want to get Omega Supreme, and I would love to get a Metroplex. But those, you know, that's all down the line. Metroplex also goes for like $400, which I'm not paying that much money for him. If I ever find him for like $100, I'll pull the trigger. $150, I might still pull the trigger. $400, I just can't do that. That's just I can't spend $400 on one figure. It's just out of the budget for and reasoning for me as a collector. I can't do it. If you can do it, go ahead. If you got disposable income and you can afford that, by all means, have fun. I was considering picking up a Fortress Maximus because he's really not that expensive. the Titans Return one, not third party stuff. I can't justify spending $500 on a friggin' third party Fortress Maximus or Metroplex. It's just too much. Like I said, way out of the budget. But I was considering spending like around $100 for a Fortress Maximus. I wouldn't mind spending that. If I could find one for around 90, I would totally pull the trigger. If it was loose, I would definitely pull the trigger for that. But I definitely want the Titans Return one. You're afraid to start that collection? Hey, if you don't think you can do it, don't do it, because you'll run out of room quick, especially if you're picking up bigger figures, you know? Like I said, this is the first Titans classed figure that I'm getting. I've got. Sorry. Nope, you're hooked. Oh, I did want to announce, and I wish I had more people here, but hopefully people will watch this, but I did want to announce that I still have not gotten a hold of Invader, I can't remember his name, Invader 6, Dark Lord 66, 66, the 6s, I can't remember his name, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him. He was the winner of the Marauders class for my giveaway about a month ago. I think I've given, I don't know, I want to say, I don't want to say like I'm, you know, you forfeited your spot, but I mean, you haven't gotten a hold of me in a month. I'm willing to get, I was actually going to give you only until this Tuesday, and then I was going to, you know, pick a new winner, but I haven't been able to get a hold of the guy. He hasn't sent me a message. It's been well over a month now, and you know, I can't get your information to send you the certificate, so I might have to pick another winner. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him until at least March. If I don't get any sort of contact by March, then I'm gonna have to pick a new winner. I gave you over a month, but all the other prizes went out, so those are all out. So I don't know what else to do about it. I'm gonna have to pick a new winner. Invader 6. Wait, what is his name? Invader 6. I have it upstairs. Invader 6. Dark Lord 66. Cobra something. I can't remember his name, but. Okay, just send it to me, jeez. I know, right? But I'm really tempted to open this right now, but I don't want to go through that. Plus, I gotta W this beast right here. And then he's got to eat his dinner, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Very good boy. You want to show everybody paw? 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 Paw. Thank you. High five. See, that's our little high five that we do. All right, he keeps queefing biscuits over here. Holy Toledo. Huh. Huh. Air. The air up here is thin. Whew. What did I feed you? I just fed you your regular food. I don't know what's going on with him. Very gassy today. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. But, all right, I might call it quits here. That's the haul. That's the hangout. You guys enjoy your Saturday. I got to get to work on finishing a lot of these reviews. I got a lot of reviews to do. I still have to do, I know I basically reviewed him, but I'm going to do the full review on him. Just stay tuned for reviews. Fun stuff. I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. This is why I love doing these hangouts. I love doing the live reviews. It's to interact with you guys. At the end of the day, we're all just collectors, hanging out, chilling, talking about figures that we like, and doing the things that we love, you know? It's fun talking about these little plastic things. I love them. I love them. I love them. Right? Right, Or? He likes them too. But, But yeah, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you to the old subscribers. And you guys have a great day. Enjoy your figures. Have fun. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Say goodbye, Oreo. Say goodbye.